and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Carissa Williamson. A new chapter in the leadership of the Royal Bahamas Police Force unfolded at a handover ceremony for the first female Commissioner of Police, Commissioner Shanta Knowles. The handover ceremony took place at police headquarters on January 3rd, 2025.
As I stand here today, I feel it is important to acknowledge the feelings that many Bahamians have expressed about our institutions, including Royal Bahamas Police Force. I've said it before, I say it again. The people of this country deserve institutions they can trust. Without trust, the very foundation of our democracy and public safety begins to erode. I know that. For too many, trust in our police force has been shaken. Stories of misconduct, corruption, and a lack of accountability have left a stain that cannot be ignored. And let me be clear, ignoring these realities serve no one, not the officers who wear the uniform with pride, not the communities who depend on their service, and not the leadership tasked with overseeing them. This is why rebuilding that trust is not just a priority, it is an urgent necessity. It's not enough to say we are committed to change. We must show it through transparency, accountability, and actions that match our words. I know that the actions of a few have cast a shadow over the entire force, but I also know that Royal Bahamas Police Force is filled with good, hardworking men and women who are dedicated to protecting and serving this nation. I know that. So we cannot allow misdeeds of some overshadow the integrity of the many who risk their lives every day for the safety of our communities. This moment is about resetting the standard. It is about making it clear that no one is above the law, not even those tasked with upholding it. It is about ensuring that every officer, from the newest recruit to the most senior leader, understands the weight of the uniform they wear and the responsibility it carries. The path forward begins now. Building trust will not happen overnight, and it will not be easy. It will require vigilance, honesty, and the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. But I believe in the strength of this institution and in the resolve of the Bahamian people to demand and support meaningful change. I said, I've said it before, and again I'll say it, we'll shake the tree until every bad apple falls. And if shaking the tree isn't enough, we'll cut it at the root to ensure that no more bad fruit grows. The actions of a few cannot and will not be allowed to tarnish this organization's reputation and that of our country's good name.
It is indeed an exciting time for female police officers. It took us over 60 years to get here, but I am honored that my experience, training, hard work, and discipline allows us to finally carry the torch across the finish line. Yet, we have no intentions on resting on our laurels because there is a lot at stake. We have a country to protect and an organization to mend. Your Excellency, it wasn't an easy road for me to leave Rock Sound, Eleuthera, and travel to New Providence for a career in policing, to uproot the only life that I've known for a quest of the unknown. There were many challenging days throughout my journey, but I remained steadfast and resolute, holding close to my faith and many days looking to the hills, knowing that my strength cometh from the Lord. Therefore, Your Excellency, I clung to one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible that motivated me on many occasions. Work for the Lord and not for man, knowing that from the Lord you would receive the inheritance as your reward. And here we are today. He saw me through to this glass-shattering appointment as the first female commissioner of police in the history of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And concurrently, the 10th Bahamian commissioner appointed under an independent Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God has been good to me. The significant representation of this day is not all lost on me, Your Excellency. I promise to serve the Bahamian people on this appointment with my head held high on the bedrock of courage, integrity, and loyalty that was enshrined into the force by our forefathers more than 184 years ago. As I observe these noble principles, I will lead by example as a symbol of hope and trust, not only because it is what is expected, but because it was how I was raised, and more importantly, because it is what is right. To the current female leaders within the force, awaiting their turn, knowing that the commissionership is now in reach, I say to you, dig deeper, work harder, and go the extra mile, because the impossible is now possible.
And now we take a look at our northern Bahamas. Andrew Coakley of our Northern Service provides us with the latest updates from Grand Bahama and the Family Islands. Here's what's making news up north.
The Davis administration is keeping its promise to approve all eligible participants in its PSPEP program here in Grand Bahama.
A new day has come, and I am so excited about these participants. We've been waiting for a long time for these letters, and they're finally here.
26 public servants in Grand Bahama who participated in the Public Service Professional Engagement Program, or PSPEP, received their letter of appointment from the Ministry of Labor and the Public Service on Wednesday, January 29, 2025. The move by the government was the realization of its promise to approve the engagement status of all eligible participants in the program, formerly known as the 52-week program, and eliminate the practice of keeping those enrolled in the program for years in perpetual limbo.
This is an awesome day. And I must say that I think road traffic is proud to know that we received 7 young persons who came through the program and are now on their way to permanent and pensionable in the government service. And this is a red letter day. And why I'm so excited, because we have so much young persons. You know, we had done who joined the service at just 17 and a half years of age and now completed. So it goes to show that the public service is a career, lifelong, job. I myself was a career officer over 40 years in the public service. So I would invite members of the public to consider young kids to join the public service. It's a great reward.
Today is the day. Finally, this experience has been long, but I really can't say that I haven't learned from it, from every step of the way from beginning to end. And truthfully, I would do it again. And if anybody else has the possibility to do it, I would recommend they do it as well.
Letters were presented to 11 participants from the Public Hospitals Authority, 2 from the Post Office, 4 from the Parliamentary Registration Department, 6 from the Road Traffic Department, and 1 from the Royal Bahamas Police Force. The presentation took place at the Ministry of Labor and Public Service at the downtown office. The new PSPEP is intended to transform the government's approach to recruitment and onboarding and will now be an actual 52-week program in which future cohorts who are successful will be eligible to become full-time employees of the government at the end of the 52 weeks.
I'm elated today to receive my letter. It's been a long time coming, like they say, delayed but not denied. It's been a nice process, learning process, and I'm happy to today receive my confirmation letter.
Finally, it's good to have a set of employees that we are able to train, and hopefully we are able to keep. The persons that received their letters today have been with parliamentary for a while. They're hardworking, eager to learn, and considering that I'm on my way out, it means that I need to try to pour into them as much as I can before I leave, so that they can be in a position to take the department forward.
It opens the door for them to become permanent and pensionable after a probationary period, allowing them to gain access to benefits like health insurance as well as loans from financial institutions. For Your Government in Action, I'm Andrew Coakley.
Thanks, Andrew. More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. The Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of Economic Affairs hosted the third annual CERT Bahamas Cybersecurity Conference and the ITU Regional Cyber Drills from January 14th to the 16th, 2025. The conference was held at the British Colonial Hilton under the theme, Building Shared Cyber Resilience. Our Matt Mora has more.
Delivering the keynote address, Mr. Monroe said the Bahamas is committed to building a secure digital ecosystem that safeguards critical infrastructure, businesses, and individuals from cyber threats, making cybersecurity a national priority for the government. The National Security Minister outlined a number of initiatives undertaken by the Davis administration to build national cyber resilience.
We've launched our National Computer Incident Response Team effectively. We've launched our National Cybersecurity Strategy. We've drafted critical cybersecurity legislation. We've gained membership into the FIRST. We've developed an online child protection strategy. And we've also hosted many capacity building events, and this is one. And so we've made strides to address the challenges that we face.
The National Security Minister had a bit of advice for delegates to build a better mousetrap.
The bad actors will evolve. They always do. Once you have found an answer, they will begin to seek another path. My advice to you is the same advice that I give the security forces in this country. You will always be involved in what we call seeking to build a better mousetrap. Because as the mice figure out the one you've built, you will have to build a better one.
Minister of Economic Affairs with responsibility for ICT and digital innovation, Senator the Honorable Michael Adkides, said the presence of the diverse group of local, regional, and international stakeholders spoke to the importance of the need to build shared cyber resilience.
This theme resonates deeply, particularly in an era when cyber threats have become a persistent challenge with far-reaching implications. Cybersecurity is a priority for the Bahamas, both for this administration and for the Ministry of Economic Affairs. It is a cornerstone of our digital transformation to strengthen competitiveness project, which aims to modernize our nation's infrastructure and enhance our global competitiveness. The past year reminded us of the critical importance of cybersecurity. The July 2024 international incident involving a flawed software update which disrupted airlines, hospitals, and financial institutions worldwide, serves as a stark example of the interconnectedness of our systems and the devastating impact of cyber vulnerabilities. This event, which affected over 8.5 million devices and caused billions of dollars in losses, highlighted the necessity for countries and organizations to work together to build resilience.
Bahamian officials say the conference held immense significance for the nation, region, and indeed the global community, allowing the various sectors to come together to tackle one of the most critical issues facing the world at this time, while providing opportunities to combine collective knowledge, strengthen defenses, and work together to ensure the security and stability of an interconnected digital world. Achieving the vision of a secure and trusted digital society, they say, requires collaboration, dedication, and active participation from every corner of society, be it government, private sector, academia, civil society, and/or individuals. For your Government in Action, I'm Matt Moore.
A ceremony for the soft launch opening for the new complex for the family courts took place at its location on Burnett Road on December 19, 2024. Officials highlighted its child-friendly spaces and focus on mediation for a more effective and compassionate legal system.
I'm pleased to be here to commemorate the opening of this new family court complex. This is the first step in our infrastructure modernization project for the judiciary. We recognize that in order to maximize our effectiveness and our access to justice, we must ensure that the judiciary has the facilities and the tools to do their job. And today is the first step in our comprehensive court complex improvement program. Today we open the initial phase of the family court complex. And when completed, it will do the work of the Family and Domestic Magistrates Courts, the Family Division and the Probate Division of the Supreme Court, their registries, the Juvenile Court, and, importantly, a mediation center. Today, the registries have been moved and the magistrate section is complete, and the refit of the Family and Probate Division should be complete by the time of the opening of the new year. And the final phase would be to complete the juvenile courts and the mediation center. The family court complex is our first step not only for a modern court infrastructure, but towards the long-promised system of specialty courts in the country. We continue to advance to ensure a full complement of specialty courts is realized. We firmly believe that different disputes, disciplines, and sensitivities of matters before the courts require unique judicial infrastructure focus. In the family and juvenile context, privacy is important, as is the ability to try to mediate disputes to equitable resolutions and to try to remove the adversarial nature of family disputes.
When I became Chief Justice in August of 2022, I was made aware that the government had identified this then vacant complex as a potential site for the family court. Since then, we've been given every requested resource to bring this project to this point. I can safely say that this complex was not simply given to us as a completed product, as we've been involved in its conception and design. Great care was taken to ensure that the facility lived up to our vision for the family court. This complex is a giant step forward in the realization of a unified family court, a one-stop shop, as it were, to deal with judicial interventions relative to the family. In short, a holistic focus on family justice. The court complex, when fully built out, will house the family and probate divisions of the Supreme Court, the magistrates, family and domestic courts, and the juvenile court. The complex will ultimately accommodate 4 magistrates, including the juvenile magistrate, the family registrar, and 3 Supreme Court judges. It will also include the registries and adequate support staff complements for those units. Whilst we have taken occupation of a portion of the complex, it is not fully completed. It can now accommodate 3 magistrates and family domestic courts, the registries of the family and probate divisions of the Supreme Court, the court liaison unit of the police, and a space allocated for the use of the Department of Social Services. During January, the family and probate division judges would be in a position to occupy their portion of the complex. And by summer of 2025, the completion of the Juvenile Court and Mediation Center would fully build out the complex. Judicial officers in this complex will hear cases involving juveniles, child support and maintenance applications, binding over applications, protection orders, legal separation, divorce and matrimonial matters, guardianship, adoptions, applications under the Mental Health Act, and contentious probate disputes.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness has partnered with Great Shape Incorporated to ensure 1,000 Smiles, a press conference for the initiative with the focus of improving oral health for children across the nation free of charge was held at Sandals Resort on January 21st, 2025.
One of our proudest partnerships has been with Great Shape, an organization that shares our commitment to building healthier, stronger communities. Through our collaboration, we've been able to offer free dental health care to thousands of persons and individuals living in the Caribbean. The Sandals Foundation, along with the Sandals Resort International, is focused on investing in sustainable initiatives in education, environmental, conservation, and community health, always with the goal of improving the quality of life for those we serve. Today, I am thrilled to announce the continuation of our partnership with Great Shape, which we will see over 160 volunteer dentists serve in the clinics here in Nassau and Exuma. Our clinics kicked off yesterday here at the resort, where we have been serving our team members from Majesty's Prison, St. Curtis Primary School, and in the coming days, Pat Moxie Senior Citizen Center. Anton Rogers High School and Exuma Medical Care Center is also on the list. This initiative is a testament to what can be achieved when we come together and unite in a purpose and action. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has joined hands to make these clinics a reality. Your unwavering support and collaboration has brought us to this moment, and we could not have done it without you.
Great Shape was born in the state of Oregon, the most unlikely of places for a charity working in the Caribbean. The state of Oregon in 1988, because we wanted to help provide relief for Hurricane Gilbert. Some of you might be old enough to remember that devastating event back in 1988, but we started out small and we grew, and in 2003, I had an idea, and I knocked on the door of Sandals Grill in Jamaica and asked if they would sponsor a dental project. And about 6 months later, word came down the line from Mr. Butch Stewart. He said, yes, we'd love to partner with you and have them come. So that's when this whole thing started. Now it's 22 years in the making. In those 22 years, we've served over 500,000 people in the Caribbean. Jamaica, St. Lucia, Grenada, Turks, Barbados. And our program expanded into eye care, which was here last year in Exuma and are returning this year in April. And our literacy services, programs to help teachers and children reach their true potential. So Great Shape has really grown over the years, and there's one reason why. Sandals Foundation. The Stewart family, the hotel staff and management, Mr. Clark, thank you for hosting us these weeks here. But because of Sandals and Sandals Foundation, we've been able to grow. Because which dentist or eye doctor or teacher in America, in Canada, wouldn't want to come to the Caribbean and help people in need if they know at the end of the day of hard work, and they work hard, trust me, at the end of the day of hard work, they get to come and stay at the world's best, luxury included, resort on the planet.
Correct.
Right? Yes. And that's true. So they enjoy it. It makes it accessible for a lot more people to come. The truth is, because of Sandals Foundation, the Stewart family, we are able to spread our wings, fly far, and serve many 40,000 people a year to get care. So here we are for our first time on the dental project in the Bahamas, and what a lovely, beautiful country you guys have. I'm just overwhelmed with joy, you know, the generosity, the friendliness, the warmth, and to me, the genuine nature of Bahamian people. Really beautiful. So, thank you. Thank you for welcoming us. It's an honor to be here. So, I could probably go on for an hour or two. I'm not sure how much more you'd like me to expand on, but we're here for these 2 weeks. Should I give the basics of the program? All right. So we're here for 2 weeks of clinics, dental clinics. And we have roughly 35 providers, that's dentists and hygienists, providing services, so chairs, dental chairs set up, providing always 100% free fillings, extractions, cleanings, fluoride, exams, x-rays, sealants, dental sealants for children to prevent cavities. Sometimes we're able to do dentures, root canals, and some extended services. And so our goal is to change people's lives through making people healthier, whether it's educating them in good home oral health care, or saving a smile. If we can save a young teenager's front tooth from losing it, we can change the trajectory of that child, especially in a tourism-oriented economy, right? So when we save a smile, we don't just save a tooth, we save a life.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings, where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and governments.